We are back in the world of Inuyasha this week.
We're back.
And we're back in the filler world of Inuyasha this week.
Yay.
Got that filler.
Yeah, but this one was at least an entertaining filler episode, so it was a good way to
True.
ease us back in.
True. They gave us a recap and everything, even though we
They
really didn't need
did.
it.
They did. That was so kind.
It's very funny. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and Al Watch Inuyasha. It is episode 91. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing Season 4, Episode number 8, or Episode 90, entitled Sota's Brave Confession of Love.
We have a love episode.
This 9-year-old is going to have more emotional maturity than anyone else in the series.
Man, isn't that the truth?
Heyo.
Heyo.
Well, yeah, they gave us a recap of the previous filler episode about the exam and all that stuff, which we watched like 13 weeks ago, so...
Kagome being sick and Inuyasha giving her that icky medicine.
Yeah, and then that really didn't matter in this episode, so it was like, all right,
No,
I guess this is a thing.
Other than she thanked him and he blushed, and it's like, why?
Poor boy can't handle the compliments.
Apparently not. He's just like, girl.
But yeah, they do that, and then they go shopping, because the
They go
weather is nice.
shopping.
And by that, I mean they put a hat on Inuyasha again.
They don't give him shoes and they don't change his clothes, but they give him a hat to cover his ears, and
Yep.
that's the funniest thing.
That's gonna that's gonna get people off the trail.
Yep. No one's gonna question why this man's wandering around in like these old clothes with no shoes on, and it's just like, the hat.
Yeah. They go to the grocery store, and Inuyasha wants ninja food, which of course is ramen.
Ramen.
And she takes him to the ramen section. There's a wide variety of instant ramen that you could have. And he's like, I don't know which one to pick. And then we see them coming out of the store, and they just have like probably all of the flavors you can get.
Yeah, they have multiple bags and then 3 boxes.
I mean, to be fair, that was probably still very cheap,
Oh yeah, probably. But
which is nice.
but he's so grumpy at this point. She's like, "Oh, do you think we were bought?" And he's like, "You think?"
Even
Like,
for you.
You wanted these flavors, my dude. Chill.
He didn't want her to spend so much money on him, clearly.
I mean, it was probably like $6.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't understand currency.
No, you're right. I mean, he just wants that ninja food.
Exactly. As they're returning home, they see Sota in front of a flower shop, except Kagome notices him first, and Inuyasha's kind of like, huh? Why are you looking at this kid? She's like, it's Sota. And he's like, huh?
Huh?
And we see Sota wavering on trying to buy flowers or not, and then he does, and then he hides behind the flowers as this trio of gals walk by, and they are somehow unable to notice him. He was very stealthy, clearly.
He didn't hide his face. He's just sitting there like behind a plant. Somehow they don't notice him. If he's there doing that, he's gonna look even more weird than if he had just like kept his back to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Why, my dude? Other than the fact that you're 9.
That is that. They get home, and he's like, just like, at dinner. And then Grandpa's like, hey, kid, you want this mermaid pearl? It'll help you. You put it on your navel, and it'll make you feel better. So Sota takes it and is like, here, cat. Have it. Have fun.
Yeah, the cat's like, oh, yeah.
You're home, and Grandpa's like, I gotta get this bag. And the cat's like, see ya.
I think it's a mermaid scale.
Same difference.
But yeah, the old man gets his steps in for the day because he has to chase the kitty cat around trying to get the scale back, which then leads to one of the best facial expressions of the entire episode, because the cat's just got like this stupid expression on while the old man's holding him with the mermaid scale in its mouth.
It's really good.
It's really good.
After dinner, later in the evening, Sota goes to find Inuyasha and is like, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Can we have a man-to-man chat?
And then they go outside, and he doesn't say anything, and he's just like, all right, if you're not saying anything, I'm leaving. He's like, no, wait. I need to know how say I love you to someone, and who said it first between you and Kagome? Because you guys are like dating, right? Because like you wouldn't be going towards each other like all the time and to each other all the time if
You
you
would have
weren't.
come and she was sick and
Yeah,
taking care of her, and
that would be real weird. And I was like, tug the collar,
also Sota said, "What is love?" And we both said, "Baby, don't hurt me," at the exact same
Of
time.
course.
Brain cell.
So Sota explains he's got a crush on this gal in his class and all this, and he's like, I don't know how to express my feelings and all this. And Inuyasha, you clearly know your way around women. Help me out here. And I was like, And then Sota's like, can I just like try practicing saying I love you? And I was like, And eventually they do, and Sota says it to Inuyasha, and Kagome like immediately overhears them, and I was like, what are you two doing?
Am I interrupting something?
And then they go up to Kagome's room, and she's like, you could have just came and talked to me. I think I would know more about like women's feelings than Inuyasha would.
Which, by the way, we've neglected to mention the scam shirt.
Yeah, Kagome just wearing a weird shirt that says like scam.
And it's got like a weird Siamese cat on it.
Yeah. Fashion of the 90s.
Fashion. Anyway, they go up to her room. And the whole time we're like, Moroku probably would have done a better job with this.
He's very dumb too, but he at least knows how to give better advice, most likely.
Yeah. He just doesn't know how to take his own advice.
True. So Kagome comes up with a plan where she dresses Sota up as Detective Conan and gives him some flowers and is like, all right, here's what you got to do. You got to ask her out behind the back of the school, and then that's how you confess your love to her. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Go get him, kid. Banzai. And then
Banzai
shoots off the popper, and then she's like, you gotta see it too. He's like, oh, banzai.
He's like, I thought I was just doing this thing.
Banzai.
Banzai.
So they Kagome goes to school and talks to her friends about this, but they're very confused about what she's talking about. Because they think she's talking about Hojo or Inuyasha, and they're like, no, I'm talking about my brother.
Like, are you two-timing? He's like, I'm my brother.
Yeah, what are you talking about? She gets home, and her and Inuyasha are waiting for Sota, and then Sota comes in and is like, I'm home. And just sulks into the room. They're like, oh, that bad, huh? And he's like, I didn't even get to say anything.
I love that when he comes in, Inuyasha's like, oh, there are plenty of other girls out there. And Kagome's like, Inuyasha.
So he explains what happened, and basically he just couldn't find the strength to tell her his feelings. And she basically hits him with the, hey, I don't have time for people who can't express themselves. And he's like, gah. And Inuyasha's like, all right, well, we need to build up your strength. I got you. And then he takes him outside, and then he does the Iron Reaver Soul Stealer on a tree and just destroys a tree. He's like, all right, kid, your turn.
You do that.
And Soda's like, okay, Iron Reaver Soul Stealer. Do it again. Iron Reaver Soul Stealer. And Kagome's like, what are you doing? And he has to like, look, obviously he can't do the technique and everything, but like, we're going to build his confidence up, build that inner strength up, get him more confident in himself. And we're doing it this way. Yeah. And Kagome's like, oh, you know what? That's actually a pretty good idea. Like, hey, good job on this one. So he goes the next day and tries again, but can't. And then when he comes back, Inuyasha's like, all right, well, you need to go do this. And if you come back and you don't do it, you're not getting in the house. And Soda's like, I live here. What do you mean? So he goes off to the park to go confess his feelings to this gal, and Kagome and Inuyasha tail him, hiding behind the bush. And Sota finally gets up the gumption to confess, and he's like, look, I'm not reliable, I'm not strong, I'm not that good to look at, but hey, I like you, you want to go out? And she's like, okay.
Sure, and then they hug.
And then Kagome and Inuyasha are like, oh, scandalous.
And then they're like blushing and pulling away from each other behind the bush. Like,
They blush each other, then turn away. Like, yeah.
Like, are you also gonna kiss? Like, or I mean, the little ones aren't kissing, but like, y'all gonna kiss watching this? What's
No,
happening here? No, they're
definitely not.
never gonna do that.
Um, they head back off to go to the feudal era, and Inuyasha thanks, or sorry, Sota thanks Inuyasha for like the advice and everything, and then they head off and leave with their giant bags of instant noodles.
3 bags.
3 bags. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's all of them.
That's all of them.
So there's that. That is the episode. We got some trivia. Sota did tell Inuyasha man-to-man part. That's a weird way to phrase it. He basically said, hey, keep this man-to-man as our secret. The same as Inuyasha keeps a promise to Sota between men to men, I guess would be the way, or whatever, as to keep a secret from Kagome in episode 38.
Oh.
Which, what was episode 38? You know, that was like a year ago. 2 Hearts, 1 Mind. Shippo drew a story about Kagome and Inuyasha, apparently. At some point.
Oh, was that the one with the crayon drawings?
The crayon drawings, yes.
Cool.
So there's that. In the episode, there is an invisible cameo as Sota is wearing the same clothes that Conan Edogawa wears in the anime case clothes, or Detective Conan, which we
were right.
About.
We were right.
When the Higurashi family is having dinner and Sota is moping about a certain someone, Grandpa Higurashi tells Sota that mermaid scale can cure what ails him. The mermaid scale is similar to another manga by Rumiko Takahashi named Mermaid Saga.
I feel like that's stretching.
What? You telling me the fandom wiki is going to be stretching? No.
I feel like that's a stretch.
And then Inuyasha stays in the modern era for 6 days.
Well, good for him.
He got his hat.
You know, that's all you need. You don't need shoes. You don't need regular clothes. Put him in some jeans.
Some jeans. Next time we will be discussing episode 91 entitled The Suspicious Faith Healer in Black Kirara, where Shippo is going to tell us about some giant rats and then another cat demon.
And we go
like Kirara.
Back to the past.
Yes, we are back in the feudal era for sure.
But still in the filler arc.
Yes, still in filler for how many more episodes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my god.
8.
Oh no.
9. 10. 11. 11 more episodes. It's not until we get to episode 102 that we get back into canon content.
Oh, that's so funny.
So there you go.
Yay, filler.
But that's going to do it for us this week. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can follow us on Blue Sky at seasonalanimecheckup.com. And you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love Live Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next time as we see giant rats.
Yay.